Good afternoon. Welcome to Oxford. Welcome to the Skoll World Forum. And welcome if it's your first time, and welcome back if it isn't. And welcome experts, and welcome snowflakes. I am very pleased to see you. Quite a lot has changed since we were last here, hasn't it? Shall we see if we can get through the whole week without mentioning Voldemort? Shall we see if we can turn anger into energy, anxiety into creativity, resistance into a movement, a wall into a bridge? Our theme this year is fault lines, creating common ground. We live on fault lines, many of us literally. New Zealand, Switzerland, Pakistan, California, Chile, Tibet, all sit on fault lines. And I've been reading the names of these rifts in the earth. If you read them slowly, they're a kind of found poetry. New Zealand's South Island sits on Hope Fault. The Pennines here in the UK sit on the Craven Fault System. Oregon sits on the Brothers Fault Zone. There is a Glarus Thrust and an Imperial Fault Zone. And we could name some less geological fault lines and find some apocalyptic poetry there too. The inequality gap, the liberal disruption, the truth shear, the Brexit trench, and so on. And it's true that we live in geological times. Many of us always have. And for some of us, it's a new feeling. We're living in what feels like tectonic crisis. Large continental plates are bumping and overlapping and making us scared. And we feel vertiginous, nauseous even, staring into the abyss. I have some good news. The abyss is not staring back. Resistance brings us together, consolidates our energies. You make a difference. This week will revive and re-energize us. Our common ground, our shared humanity, the vast resources of creativity, activism, ingenuity, altruism, science, and love will heal the rifts and bridge the gaps. You, here in Oxford this week, are seismic resistors. You're the flex in the steel, and you're the reason I love this week so much. So what of the work at our forum? I predict there will be talk of reconciliation, and we will be more self-conscious about agreeing with each other. We'll talk more about inequality and more about populism. We'll talk about justice, and we'll talk about automation. And we'll be more angry, and we will learn from each other and from those we work with by listening more and listening better. And we'll question received wisdom and remake what we can't salvage. And we will look after each other well, and we will look after ourselves less well, but just enough. And there'll be serious sessions and serious laughter. And there'll be honesty and disclosure. And there'll be films and music and food And saying that, I feel better already. And now, I'm going to walk and talk. It's my very great pleasure to introduce two amazing people. At the end of 2016, our next speaker wrote about seismic global shifts and societies being stronger together. I can think of no better person to talk about fault lines and creating common ground. Winnie Byanyima is the executive director of Oxfam International. An aeronautical engineer, an activist, a human rights advocate, a former MP, a former ambassador, and a very welcome guest. And with Winnie will be a very good friend of mine and a very good friend of yours. You know Jess Search as the CEO of BritDog, as the host of Good Pitch, as consummate chair and the best wearer of a purple suit at the forum. I've asked Jess to bring her suit onto stage while Winnie speaks to us and to take some notes to shape her questions for her conversation with Winnie. Winnie and Jess,